Hello again, I'm Clayton Elliott and welcome to another episode of How to Cook Simply. Today we're going to do something a little bit more complicated than the previous episodes. We're going to do scrambled eggs. So as you can see, I've got the ingredients and the utensils out for this meal. Ketchup, butter, spread, a couple of eggs. In fact, I might just do one egg. Salt, pepper, some bread, frying pan, and my plate ready for eating afterwards. So to start off with, we're going to get the bread in the toaster and get that one going, because it actually should be the longest part of it all. Okay, we start by getting the hob on, put it onto a kind of a medium heat. So for scrambled eggs, it's actually a low heat setting that you need to use. There's no way of going faster on this. So get the butter, take off a little bit of it and chuck it in there. Start at melting. Don't need the butter anymore. Alright, get that mixed in. That's that melt. Get a bit of light on this as well. There we are, butter's nice and melted. Get the heat to the lowest heat. Take an egg, crack the egg and break it straight into the frying pan. I prefer the one-handed crack. Actually took me a while to master this, but you hold it, push it with your finger and put it out together, and there you go. I say mastered it. What good job not doing fried eggs because they both broke. Okay. And all you're doing is mixing that around with the butter, and you do not want to let it stick. Just keep mixing it. Now it's going to need a bit of salt and pepper. So pepper, I've got it in a little shaker, so I can just chuck in what I want. Salt, I have poured this in directly before and poured too much, so I recommend if you're using one of these, just put a little bit into your hand, what you're after, and then just sprinkle it across. Nice and easy. Keep mixing it. There we are. Doesn't look fantastic at this stage and can look a little bit watery, but I wouldn't worry. Don't let that put you off, and don't be tempted to turn the heat up to speed the process along. You end up burning the eggs or making them really dry, which isn't very nice. As you can see, the consistency is starting to thicken up a little bit, so just leave that for a little bit and see how that goes on. What you could do in this stage, at this point at the moment, you could put the stuff away, but I'm going to leave it out. In fact, put some bits away because they are right here for me. And put the butter away. Now I talked of using butter and spread, so obviously you can use the butter for both aspects, but you can't use, or I wouldn't recommend using the spread in this bit. Use the butter both for flavour and for making the process work properly. So it's starting to thicken up nicely. I've got the heating set at 6 on this. It's about medium heat, that seems to do it nicely, and hopefully will time in nicely for when the toast is done. Sounds like the toast has just popped up, so we're a little bit behind. That might be, I'm going to blame that on the fact I started it and had to move the camera over to here, so a little bit behind how long I would expect it to take. But it won't be too much. I'm sure you can work out your own toaster speeds, so you can time it so it all finishes at roughly the same sort of time. As you can see, it's starting to get a bit lumpy, which if I was just warming up a warm pan of milk, I wouldn't be overly impressed with, but for scrambled eggs, it's perfect. Again, just let that warm through. Now you might like your scrambled eggs in different ways. Some people like them a bit harder, a bit drier, and you know, a little bit more cooked through. I prefer to have them quite soft, so that's the consistency we're going to aim for. While that's doing that, just put some butter on the need the bread, but now the toast. Spin it around. Give this another bash. As you see, it's starting to get quite hard now, so separate it a little bit. Don't want one big lump of egg. Give it a little pancake flip. Yeah, actually looking about right now. In fact, I'm going to turn that off because I think it's about right. Cut my toast in the way I like, which is pieces either side of each other. Get the butter away, or the spread away I should say. Okay, that is looking good for the level I like it. Now, if you like it a little bit more solid and bitty, then obviously just another couple of minutes. But again, don't put the heat up. Okay, pour that onto the bread. Go and spread it out across the toast. Pan in the sink. Finish off with a little bit of tomato garnish. And there we have it. Scrambled eggs on toast. Nice and easy. Enjoy.